They can't even bring themselves to believe that they are the Son of God, far less being the Father of the Son of God. And I tell you, you are destined to have the experience of being God the Father, and His Son calling you Father. And you will know it. This is not a play anymore. Suddenly reality returns. And that was buried there all along, and no one saw it. So when we read in the first epistle, the first chapter of Peter, that the prophets who prophesied of the suffering, they inquired as to what person or what time was meant when it was indicated concerning the sufferings of Christ and the subsequent glory. And it was revealed to them, it's not about you, about others in this world. It's not about the prophets who recorded it. It's all about those who will come at the fullness of time. And you are the one spoken of in Scripture. So the glory, well, what man in this world could even conceive of it? You speak of the glory of a son. There is nothing that you can use, no image in the world that you can use to radiate this glory or to describe the glory. But you are man, you are man. Your body I cannot describe. I can describe the face, I can describe the hands and the voice, but I can't describe the body. It's radiant, and it's all power, and it's all wisdom, and it's all love. The form is infinite love. The human form divine is all love. And how can I describe love as a form? And yes, exactly what I mean. Because when you stand in the presence of God, He is infinite love, and you can't think of anything but love in His presence, and you're He. For the minute He embraces you, and you fuse and you become one, the very face that you saw becomes your face. Yet, you are a protean being, and for purposes of your own, you can assume any form, any face. But the face, all will wear that face. So in the end, there's only one body, one spirit, one Lord, one God and Father of all. And you are that one. And may I tell you, is being restored. He will restore and establish and strengthen you after you have suffered a little while. Read that in the 5th chapter of Peter. After you suffer a little while, the God of all grace, that's the one who will give you His glory, which is giving you Himself. So no matter what the suffering of anyone in this world today, it is nothing compared to the glory that is to be revealed in us. So when Paul wrote that marvelous letter to the Romans, he said, I consider the sufferings of this present time not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed in us. And he ends it on that fabulous note that no power in the world can separate us from the love of God. For God is love, and you are incorporated into the body of love. And no power in the world can separate you from it. So, do not be surprised at the fiery ordeal which comes upon you to prove you as though something strange were happening to you. It will come. I went through it. And then suddenly, out of the nowhere, that entire plan comes together into focus. And you are the central character, and the whole thing erupts within you. Were it not in you, it could not erupt. If God was not now immersed and buried in you, He could not unfold in you. And He unfolds Himself in that plan. And it begins with his awakening in you as you. You don't see another one awakening, it's you. You're awake. And you know exactly where you are. You're in your skull, but you also know what it is. You know it is a tomb. There's no doubt in your mind as to what it is. It's a tomb. There's no doubt as to the fact it is sealed. But you also have an innate wisdom as to how to get out. And you know you simply push and something's going to roll away. And you do. You push and something rolls away. And you come out just like a child being born. And then the witnesses are there as told us in Genesis. That's where Abraham comes in. There were three who suddenly appeared. He did not see them approaching from without. They suddenly appeared, bringing the news of birth. And Abraham believed, and it was accounted unto him for righteousness. Therefore, righteousness in Scripture is equated with faith. He had the faith to believe that nothing was too hard for God. So he believed, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. While the whole vast world takes the word righteous and uses strange concepts of it. Some holy concept. Has nothing to do with that. Can you believe the most incredible story in the world? That you are going to have a child? Now go beyond that into a more incredible state. That you're going to be born out of your own skull, and the proof of your birth is going to be a child wrapped in swaddling clothes. Can you believe that? Well, that's the story told. Abraham believed it. And there were three witnesses sent from God. And the three do come.